Hello there, welcome to another INFJ Ramble. Tonight's topic is going to touch on INFJs being multifaceted beings and also having the ability to be multilingual. What do I mean by that? So I was thinking about this and I was thinking about how the mind can be compared to a computer, right? And if you think about a computer, you can constantly download different programs um, and access different types of information. And if you think about it, I think we are very adept at understanding a multitude of different types of languages. And I'm not just talking the basic Spanish, German, Russian, English, Japanese. It's really basic. Beyond the the language that we speak to one another, we can access an array of different programs, if you want to call it. And for instance, Myers-Briggs is a program, and it's funny. I use that as a reference guide to understand not only myself but other personality types in order to create harmony with my interactions with everyone. You know what I mean? And I noticed that when I try to speak that particular program or that particular language, not many people understand it. So I feel a lot of different types of languages that I have access to that most people just don't understand. So if you were to explore this topic from a very base level, most people are, immersed in the physical realm, the more materialized dimensions of existence, right? So that is predominantly the language that they understand. But as far as an intellectual language, an emotional language, energetic language, spirit language, how these are all different types of programs, different levels and degrees of consciousness that many people cannot access, but we have access to that. So I know for most of our life we've struggled. It's just because we have downloaded a lot of information, a lot of different languages that most people don't know how to speak or understand yet. And it's not their fault. They just don't know any better. And I think that's why we are wired the way we are wired, is because we are passionate about learning all these different dimensions and facets of life, and in turn accessing all this different type of languages or communication, consciousness. I don't know what I'm trying to say really. So yeah, I was thinking about it. So for me, I predominantly use energy, and that is a language that I am not how do I say, advanced in, but I am, I've been using that type of program or language predominantly to read other people's emotions, to understand and feel the atmosphere, so that I can kind of adjust myself in a way that provides the support that is necessary to create harmony and little to no conflict. Yeah, and so I can basically see how things will play out based on people's energetic signature, their emotional state, and just the overall energetic feel in the environment. And so because I have access to this language, I can adjust myself accordingly. Also, I can access my rational mind, which is also a type of program or language, my heart intelligence, which is also another type of language or program, and also in a previous video I had mentioned spiritual consciousness or soul consciousness, which I believe is your intuition and your highest self, that's guiding you or helping you to navigate through everything in general. And not many people have access to these different type of languages. We're not taught in school. I think in school we're taught the basics. We're taught A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 1, 2, 3. But beyond that, there's so many different other languages that we can access, and INFJs have access to that, which makes us the multi-dimensional beings that we are, because we're multilingual. Um, yeah, and we know how to communicate with people beyond like a spoken word. We can do it through a touch or through a look or through just like, to some degree, I feel telepathy. Yeah, because it's funny. I've been using that more often, like communicating telepathically with people, and it's interesting. I can just give them a look, and we already know. Like we don't even have to communicate through words. Just look, and we already are communicating our needs and our thoughts and our feelings. You know. And I think like anything, like any muscle, like anything you pursue, the more you are active in it, the more you can, you know, strengthen that muscle within yourself. So yeah, not everybody can understand all the different languages we speak. Not everybody has access their intellectual side or their heart centered space, or can read energy. And like that's why I feel like physicians or modern doctors cannot help me, because like when I feel imbalanced or unaligned, it's like they're trying to like remedy a really surface level um, dysfunction, whereas for me, like a lot of the times when I'm feeling unaligned, it's energetic. So I find holistic practitioners are more effective to help me to, you know, rebalance myself. And that's why I am like a firm believer in holistic healing, whether it be Reiki, which is, energetic healing, or I see a kinesiologist regularly, and I also see my acupuncturist pretty regularly. I also believe that, eventually you'll be able to realign yourself. You know what I mean? Like, in fact, my acupuncturist has told me that I have the ability to realign myself, and I think predominantly I can, just through like proper breathing methods or techniques, through meditation, through proper rest, through proper diet, through just like the basic essentials. You can like bring yourself back into alignment. It's just when you neglect yourself and you don't listen to yourself, I think that's when you start getting like some complications or some blockage in your energetic bodies, and then you seek assistance because you feel uncomfortable and you can't clear it yourself. So that's why, like, for a lot of us, I'm sure we're leaning more towards holistic healing. And for like the younger or baby souls, I think they still see physicians because they feel the physicians know what's best for them, when in actuality, you're the only one who knows what's best for you, but you need to pay attention. Anyways, I don't know if I made sense. If you learned something cool, if you didn't, that's cool too. Tomato, tomato. Thank you for watching. Thanks for tuning in, and blessings to one and all. Amen.